are live. Welcome back to another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. My name is Nicholas Earle. I'm joined here as always. Well, I will be joined here with my brother Tim in a little bit. But we got Stanley Cup playoffs today. We've got a full baseball slate today with 2 double headers. And we have a couple games in the NBA. I'm looking at one game specifically. So overall, got a big slate we're going to be going over today. So it should be interesting. But before we get into today's games, before we get into today's slate, we're going to take a look back at what happened yesterday. 1 right, 1 wrong in the world of sports betting. Not going to sugarcoat it. Another bad day for me. It's just been this last weekend has been horrible, and it didn't help. It didn't get any better yesterday. Started the NHL playoffs 1-3. Very frustrating. Islanders money line loser against the Hurricanes there. Panthers money line. I took a shot. I saw it, and then I took a shot with the Panthers, and I saw Bergeron out. I'm like, oh great, because we know what happens when big star players get ruled out. That team wins, so kind of felt like that was dead. I did get the under 5.5 in Dallas and Minnesota, which was nice. Edmonton -1. That was a frustrating end to that game. When they tied it up with 17 seconds to go, I couldn't even get a push because then they lost in overtime. So very frustrating end of the game there for Edmonton, LA, which was just the epitome of my day yesterday. 1-3 in the NHL, and it didn't get very. It wasn't much better in the MLB. 2-5, down 2.10 units. Boston first 5 was a mistake right out of the gate. Arizona first 5 was a winner. But then Toronto first 5 was a loser. Toronto full game was a loser. Seattle first 5 was a loser. Oakland first 5 was a loser. And the Mets, though, ended the night with a win. So 2-5 down 2.1 units overall yesterday was 3-8 down 4.31 units. So not a good day yesterday. Hoping that today is a better day. We'll get into the chat, and then we will get into the games. We'll start with the NHL, then we'll go to the MLB, and then the NBA. That's good, Cameron. My man. How should Shard spend the Kings' money today? 4.1 exactly. I mean, how can anybody be betting against the Warriors, right? Morning. But we will get into hockey. As we do have game one. Game 1's going on here today in the Eastern Conference and Western Conference quarterfinals. We're going to kick it on off here with the New Jersey Devils, -125, -127-ish against the New York Rangers, total 5.5 in this game. Let's take a look at the way the line has moved in this game. Let's see. Let me just grab that. There we go. As this line opened up at -126 for the Devils, it's now up to -128. The line opened up at 6, -103. It's dropped down to 5.5. So it looks like this. Yeah, the lines. It looks like money's coming in on the under here in this one. They'll move the line down. The line's moved a couple cents towards the New Jersey Devils. And looking at this game, this series as well, I took the Devils to win this series. And I think they get it started here at home in this one. I think the only thing the Rangers have is the goaltending advantage. I like New Jersey at home. And this is a New Jersey team that was able to beat the Rangers 3 times this year. I think the only time they lost to the Rangers was in overtime. So this team was 3-0-1 against the New York Rangers this year. So overall, they played New York well. And I think that can continue into the playoffs here. I think this is going to be one of the most exciting series of the first round. Probably goes 7, but I like New Jersey in this spot. So I took it. I grabbed New Jersey at $1.27 to beat the Rangers here in game number 1. Mets never in doubt. Yes. Morning, Nick. You jinxed. Yeah. It's starting to feel like what they were last year. When I bet against them, they're world beaters. When I bet it on them, they're the Oakland Athletics. So, yeah, it's just the Jays always suck when I bet them. So, what's up, Nick? I hit the like. Appreciate it, Richie. We'll move on to the second matchup here. The Tampa Bay Lightning and the Toronto Maple Leafs. Maple Leafs minus 160 favorites, total 6 in this game. I did a free pick video for this one last night. Let's take a look at where the line has moved in this one, and then we'll go from there. The line opened up at minus 150 for Toronto. It got up to 160. Now it's back down to 155. The total in this game opened up at a 6 minus 105. It's now a 6 plus 107, so a 12-cent line movement towards the under in this game. I can see the under in this one. We saw a lot of unders yesterday other than the last game, which that game should have gone under because it was 3-2 with 17 seconds left with a 6.5 total. But with that being said, I like the Lightning in this series. I have a pretty big bet on the Lightning to win this series. I put 2 units on it at plus. I got plus 135 in this line's jump. All I've been seeing is this is the year the Maple Leafs finally make it past the first round. Like, that's all I'm hearing, and everybody's counting out this Lightning team. Well, guess what? We all did that last year as well. Oh, they fall down 2-0 against the Rangers. They're done. Oh, this team fell behind 3-2 against the Leafs. They're done. Let's stop doubting this Lightning team, please. This is a team that the last couple of years as well, they went through a stretch where they just didn't care. It looked like they didn't care during the regular season, and then all of a sudden playoffs start, and Vasilevsky's the best goaltender in the world. So you're giving me a big plus price tag with the goalie advantage with a team that's been there, done that, and has the not only playoff experience but playoff success against a Maple Leafs team that's very easy to play against and is not a team that's built for the playoffs. It's why this team gets eliminated in the first round every single year. I think that continues again this year. Give me the Lightning here at plus 145 against the Toronto Maple Leafs. Mets money line. Yes, Cincy money line. I did not get to that. Yesterday. Sacramento, yes. Edmonton. Devils, yeah. Leafs for the cup. You're on. Let me find the right clip for this one.
Everything that guy just says is bullshit. Thank you.
There we go. That was the right clip for that. Warning, like the Braves money line today. I did not. I'm looking more towards the first 5 under in that game. I've only bet 2 baseball games so far, and I have a couple written down that I'm probably going to add after the show. Yo, what's good, Joe Kryptonite? I'm all on the NHL doggos. There we go. We'll move on here, and this is a doggo I like. The Winnipeg Jets are at the Vegas Golden Knights. The Golden Knights minus 140, total 5.5 in this game. And let's take a look at this here. This line opened up at minus 148. It's now minus 144, so it's moved 4 cents in the direction of the Winnipeg Jets. Line opened up at 6 minus 101, and it's dropped half a goal to 5.5 minus 105 for the over here in this spot. Looking at this matchup here, this may be an unpopular pick, but I like Winnipeg to win the series. I think Winnipeg is very live in this one. They have a massive goaltending advantage with Connor Hellebuyck versus whoever they plan on putting in net for the Vegas Golden Knights. These teams have played three times this year. Vegas did beat them all 3 times, but 2 of them were 1-goal games. And I believe Rittich started Rittich started one of the games here for them. So I think just the way the line's moving as well. The line has dropped, which is telling me the market thinks that the Winnipeg Jets are a live dog in this game. And I think Connor Hellebuyck will be the X factor in this series that'll help the Winnipeg Jets not only keep the series close, but win the series outright. So I'm looking at Winnipeg here to steal the first game in Vegas. Vegas is a much better road team as well. Keep that in mind. This is a team that the Fortress was not as good to them this year as they have in previous years. They were 25 15-1 at home, but they were 26-7-8 on the road. So this was a much better road team than they were home team. And I think Winnipeg can potentially steal a game here in Vegas. I think they make money if you bet them every game this series. So I'm on the Winnipeg Jets. I got them at plus 127 here against the Vegas Golden Knights. Vegas, yep. Besides the Kraken, so you're on all the favorites. You're on all the favorites. Boo, I know. Knicks in the NBA. All right. Hashtag fade Nick. 100% agree. Also, like the Tigers, the White Sox, and the Yankees, all money line in the MLB. I did grab the White Sox first 5, and I grabbed the Yankees over 9. Those are the two plays that I've bet so far in the MLB. We'll head into the last one here. We have the Colorado Avalanche on minus 195 favorites, total of 6 in this game. Taking a look at this matchup here, let's take a look where the money has gone, or let's take a look at what the lines opened. It opened up at 180. It's now at 195. Total opened up at 6 minus 110. It's dropped 9 cents to minus 101. Taking a look at this matchup here, I like Colorado in this series. I like Colorado to go far in the playoffs. This is a Kraken team that can be sneaky. Kraken did beat the Avalanche 2 out of 3 games this year. One of them was in overtime. So the Avalanche were 1-1-1 against Seattle this year. And looking at this matchup here, I'm looking at Colorado minus 1 potentially in this matchup. I have not bet anything in this game yet. I may look to pull a trigger on an over here. I think the over could be an interesting look as well. As I think we can see these later games. The Western Conference seems to be the overs. Where I think the overs are going to be, and the unders are going to be more in the Eastern Conference. That's kind of the way I'm looking at it. But I'm kind of leaning over in this game. Maybe an Avalanche team total over could be an interesting look. Just ask them to score 3 goals, which let's see what you can get for a team total over here with the Avalanche. You can get 3.5 minus 110. I don't think that's that bad of a price. So I may look towards that team total over 3.5 at minus 110 here for the Avalanche for this matchup. All favorites besides the Kraken. Oh, so you like... okay. Avalanche, right? Yeah, release the Kraken, no. Cleveland has a doubleheader, yeah. Celtics / Avs moneyline parlay. I don't know. I was kind of looking at the Hawks early. I was kind of looking at Atlanta early against Boston in that game. Maybe a first quarter, first half play. We'll get into the MLB, though. We won't be going over the game 2s just because it's kind of hard to go over game 2 when game 1 hasn't happened yet. And you kind of want to see what's going on and what goes on in game number 1. So we're kicking it on off here. Cleveland Guardians minus 130 favorites against the Detroit Tigers. 8.5 the total in this one. And let's take a look at where the line has moved. Let's get up my money. For these games. As we have 90% of the tickets, 93% of the cash is on the Guardians, and 66% of the tickets and 55% of the cash is on the over. So we should see a line move towards the over and the Guardians. I believe we did see a little bit of a line move toward the Guardians since the line opened. And yep, minus 124 is where it opened, and it got up to minus 130. As for the total, it opened up at an 8, and it's now up to an 8.5. So I did not get involved in this game. I don't really have too much of an interest in this spot. I can lean towards the Guardians in the over, but this is just one that I just don't feel that comfortable with. And just because there's an early game doesn't mean you have to bet it. So I passed on this one. I got involved with the other early game here, but not this one. All right, moving on here to the Chicago White Sox and the Philadelphia Phillies. The Phillies minus 125 favorites with a total of 8 in this game. Taking a look at where the money has moved in this one here. We have game 1. Here we go. This line opened up at minus 125 for the Phillies. It's dropped 10 cents to minus 115. So a 10-cent line movement away from the Phillies here. Line opened up at minus 105 for the over 8. It's now minus 113, so an 8-cent line movement towards the over in this game for me. 24% of the tickets, 77% of the cash is on the White Sox. So big money coming in on the White Sox here, which kind of explains the line move. But with that being said, I do like Chicago in this game. 85% of the tickets, 88% of the cash is on the over. The line's moved up a half a run. So that makes sense. I'm on the White Sox here in the first 5 innings in this matchup. I like Chicago here, and I know it's tough to trust Lance Lynn in this matchup, but that's exactly where I'm going for this one here. Give me the Chicago White Sox first 5 at plus 105, and bam, Tim.
Hello there.
Welcome to work.
Thank you. Yes, White Sox. Sorry, I'm pulling up all my stuff. I just walked in. I actually wasn't sitting at my computer for a minute. Yeah, I'm on the White Sox. I know it's Lance Lynn, but this Phillies team is awful. They've been really rough pretty much since the beginning of the year when Rhys Hopkins went down. They're very hit or miss. They are coming off of a nice 14-3 win over Cincinnati in their last game on Sunday. They did have an off day, which was nice for them. Oh, well, both teams did because there was a rain out yesterday. So I end up going with the White Sox. I know it's Lance Lynn, but getting a little bit of plus money with them at home, and I'll fade the Phillies right now. I kind of lean towards the over as well. I know it's an early game, but these pitchers haven't been all that good lately. So, yeah, I'll take the White Sox in this one, and I'll lean towards the over.
Gotcha.
Back to the chat for a minute, Nick.
Tigers win 4th in a row in the first game. Wow, that's not good for my Tigers win total under. That's not what I want to see. I don't want to see them going on winning streaks. White Sox, the only way I'm betting. Yeah, White Sox. I'm not donating my money to Philly. Yeah. Clips, I do need a cut. Timmy going over for sure. There you go. Then we'll move into this next one here. I've only moved on 2 games so far, Tim. So far for the MLB. So White Sox were one of them, and the next one's in a couple games. But we have the San Francisco, I almost said 49ers there, against the Miami Marlins. The Giants minus 110, total of 8 in this game. Looking at the line movement in this one here, as we have this line opened up, if I can find the game, that's because I'm scrolled down too far and I can't see the National League games. There we go. This line opened up at minus 108 for the Marlins, and it's dropped 2 cents since line opening. It did dip into the plus. They did dip into the pluses at one point, but this is not a dog to a favorite. They did not open as a dog. They opened at minus 108. They dipped down to plus 110 at one point. Now they're back to minus 106. Total opened up at 7.5. It's now up to an 8. So it's moved up half a run there. Let's take a look at where the money is coming in on this game here. As we have 55% of the tickets and 80% of the cash is on the Marlins. Line's dropped a little bit. Something that's got my attention a little bit more. 61% of the tickets are on the under. 68% of the cash is on the under, but the line's moved up a half a run. I think maybe the over is a decent look in this game between San Fran and Miami. What's your thoughts on that one there?
Yeah, I like San Fran, and I like the over. Sorry. My voice is a little bit weird right now. I don't trust Edward Cabrera at all. And Edward Cabrera Day means over days, because I believe 2 out of the 3 of the games that he's pitched has gone over. He actually had a good start against the Phillies. I'll give him that. But the other 2 starts against the Mets, 13 walks in 6 2/3 innings. Only 1 walk against the Phillies, but you know the Phillies are free swingers, so they're not as patient as the Mets hitters. This is a guy that I don't particularly trust right now, and I'd rather go after Alex Wood in this game at a pick'em price. Wood has had 2 good starts against the White Sox and the Dodgers, only allowing 1 earned run in 7 2/3 innings. So I like the Giants, and I like the over in this game, Nick. I don't know if you're interested in either one of those. I like the Giants and the over.
I lean towards both of those.
Sounds good. I'll throw them both up. I'll let you go to the chat real quick, Nick, while I do that.
Oh, yeah. Weather been crazy in Chicago, though. Went from 80 degrees to 30 degrees yesterday, high of 60 today. Gotcha. I want to make fun of losing their. I want to make fun of anyone losing their bets. With that being said, that guy and his roommate are highly aggravated, losing 5K on Golden State.
How about them Kings? Like the beam.
Hello,
Kings and
says
6.
Kate Great. Yeah, KK saying San Fran team total over. That's not a bad look.
I mean,
I
considering
don't
we
hate
have
that at
the
all.
over and San Fran, yes.
Yeah. We'll move on here to the next game. The Tampa Bay Rays are minus 115 favorites against the Cincinnati Reds. Total of 9 in this game. Let's take a look at where the line has moved in this game. As we have Tage Bradley and Nick Lodolo. This line did open up at minus 117. It's gone up to minus 118. So 1 cent line move towards the Rays in this game. Opened up at minus 115 for the over. It's now minus 125 for the over. Let's take a look at where the money is coming in on this game here. As we have 75% of the tickets and 84% of the cash is on Tampa. The lines moved towards them a little bit. 70% of the tickets, 70% of the cash is on the over, and it's moved up 10 cents. This is not one I was particularly interested in, so this ended up being a pass for me in this game. In this one, probably a lean towards the over if I had to get to anything in this spot, but it's a pass. And we lost Tim. I don't know where Tim went. All right, cool. Head over to the chat. Stay away game like yesterday. That's completely fair. I think I would lean towards the Rays in this game, and I know they're getting all the money, whatever, but I expect to bounce back for Tampa today if I had to go ahead and bet aside. Rays money line has been low the past 2 days. That's not good if you're 12. Yeah, I mean they've been undervaluing the Rays a lot this year though. So,
are we forgetting who's pitching for the Reds today?
I'm aware. That's why the line is as low as it is.
Lodolo. I like Nick Lodolo. I'm on the Reds. It's a spot. This Rays team is going to regress. They had a really, really hot start against the Tigers, the Nationals, the A's, and the Red Sox. Played a good team in the Blue Jays, did not fare well, and then just got blown out yesterday. This is a Rays team that's going to regress. They're not going to win 100 games this year. This is a team that's going to end up probably finishing second or third in the division. They got off to a really, really hot start, and because of that, everybody wants to go after them. I'm on the Reds in this one. I'm going to back my boy. Tate's correct me. Nick Lodolo. I want to back him. Nick Lodolo today in the Reds for me.
Fair.
My new favorite thing is to bet is the no home run parlay. Need to have about 4 or 5 legs. I am 3-0, all plus money. Newest bet, considering Nerfies are down with changes. That's fair.
Then bet the Yerfies. The Yerfies are available options as well.
There you go. Let's move to this game, Nick.
Yeah, this is the other game I did move on here. The New York Yankees are minus 145 favorites, total of 9 in this game. Let's take a look at where the line has moved in this one. As we had this line opened up at minus 141 for the Yankees, it's gone up to 142. And we have this line opened up at 9 at even money. It's gone up to 9 at minus 120. We have 65% of the tickets and 71% of the cash is on the Yankees. The line's moved a cent towards them. Also, the Yankees are kind of a public team, so this is kind of a tough team to gauge when it comes to tickets there. But 62% of the tickets and 58% of the cash is on the under, and the line's moved 20 cents towards the over, though, which makes me very intrigued on this over in this spot, and that's exactly where I went in this game was the over 9. This is one of my 2 bets that I've actually placed already, and I'm probably going to be looking to add more after the show, but I do like the over 9 in this game.
Yeah, this is just one of the games I think I stayed away from this game. I'm not really too big of a fan of Suarez or Clark Schmidt. Clark Schmidt's actually been quite rough. Let's see. I didn't. I was looking at the over in this game. I have my notes jot down from last night of what I was looking at. I was actually looking at the Angels and the over. It's a fade of Clark Schmidt. For me, I don't think he's all that good. He's allowed 10 earned runs in 10 and 2/3 innings. 16 hits, 11 strikeouts. It's more of a fade of him rather than trying to go after Jose Suarez. I think the over is a good look, considering Jose Suarez has allowed up 10 runs in 8 innings. So I would look towards the over as well. Might add it to the card. You said you like
Yeah.
the
Huh?
You said you like the over,
For what?
the Yankee game.
Yes, I've already bet that. Yep.
Sounds good. I'll go ahead and put that up. Go back to the chat.
Yep. Yankees first 5. Yes. I imagine cashing a year fee bet. Feels wrong and weird. I don't know about that. Yeah, Oilers got me in overtime. Yeah, they shouldn't have given up a goal with 17 seconds left in regulation. That was a heartbreaker.
Yep.
What about Reds first 5? I lean Rays, but
I like the Reds. Yeah, I like the Reds.
all right, now we get the matchup of two teams that we will never be able to watch on MLB.TV, Tim. Baltimore Orioles and the Washington Nationals. The Orioles minus 135 favorites, total of 9 in this game. Let's take a look at the way the lines moved in this one here. We have Josiah Gray and Dean Kramer, your pitching matchup for this one. And let's take a look here. The line opened up at minus 135 for the Orioles. It's dropped 2 cents to minus 133. Line opened up at 9.5, and it's dropped down a run to 9 on this one here. As we have 80% of the tickets and 71% of the cashes on the Orioles. We have 58% of the tickets and 67% of the cashes on the over, and yet the line's dropped half a run, which is kind of interesting there. That the line's dropped half a run, even though the money's coming in on the over. It kind of makes me think that maybe the first 5 under could be a decent look in this game. So that's going to be where my lean is for this one. Going to take a little bit deeper of a dive into it, but I'm looking first 5 under.
Oh, I was looking at the over. And I was also looking at Baltimore run line. Getting some plus money with that. It's my boy Dean Kramer. Although he has not been particularly good this year. He's allowed 4, 4, and 5 earned runs in the start. So kind of a regression year after he had a solid year last year with a 3.23 RA. First 3 starts, 9.49. So not particularly good to start the year. That's also why I kind of like the over, because I could definitely see the Orioles offense putting a beating on Josiah Gray. So for me, this one is the Baltimore run line and the over in this game.
Sure.
Did you see the dude that wrote the new Jordan movie is LT from Western Springs? I don't know what that is. But anyways, let's go on to the next one, Nick.
Yeah, we have the Boston Red Sox. They are hosting the Minnesota Twins. Red Sox are on a pick 'em in this game. Total of 9 in this one. And let's take a look at where the line has moved in this game right here. As we have all right, we got a system play here for this matchup.
The Dogs are the favorite.
Yeah, the Red Sox opened up at plus 106. They are now minus 107. So Red Sox first tie full game will probably be a play for me. Opened up at 9 minus 120. It's dropped 22 cents towards the under. It's now 9 plus 102. And let's take a look at where the lines moved. 73% of the tickets, 80% of the cash is on the Red Sox, which makes sense. 51% of the tickets, 33% of the cash is on the over, and the lines move towards the under. That makes sense. So I'm probably going to look at the Red Sox in this game, first 5 full game in this spot.
Yeah, it's definitely a little bit nerve-wracking taking Chris Sale. That's definitely not ideal. But it's one of the system plays that we like to do, Nick, is back in the team that goes from a dog to a favorite. It's been hitting well, even though Chris Sale has allowed up 15 earned runs in 12 innings. So he has not been particularly good. But when it comes to it, I'll jump on it. Red Sox money line fade back in the dog to the favorite. I didn't see that. Let's keep going.
Yeah, the Texas Rangers are at the Kansas City Royals. The Rangers are minus 120 favorites with a total of 9 in this game. Let's take a look at where the lines moved in this one here. As we have, where's this game? There we go. We had this line opened up at minus 125 for the Rangers. It has dropped down to minus 121. It dropped further last night, but there's been buyback on Texas at this price. And we have 32% of the tickets and 54% of the cash is on the Royals. And the lines move towards the Royals a little bit here. We have 46% of the tickets, 68% of the cash is on the over, and the line's gone from an 8.5 to a 9. I have Royals first 5 written down, but I'm so tired of betting this freaking Royals team just because every game their lines look super fishy, and they're usually not. And they just keep getting blown out. So I'm really not interested in this one here. It'd be Royals or nothing if I had to bet the game. But I'm tired of these fishy Royal lines just turning into blowout losers.
Yeah, they're turning into another version of the Oakland A's. I stay completely off this game, to be honest. There is nothing really here. Brad Keller, he's actually been one of the more solid pitchers for Kansas City this year. He's only allowed 4 earned runs in 17 innings. So he's actually pitched quite nicely. But no, I'm not going after this game. You don't have to go after every single one. This is one that I just kind of left off to the side. Eovaldi, although Eovaldi just pitched against the Royals a week ago, allowed up 6 earned runs on 10 hits. So the Royals have seen him and hit him before, but it's not something I want to go after.
Fair.
Back to the chat. Are you able to?
Oh, me? Okay.
Sorry,
I was writing stuff down.
I'm putting up a couple of plays on the site for NBA that I forgot to do.
All right, that's fair. Rockies were trash for that performance. Oh, yesterday they did not look good yesterday, for sure, against the Pirates. And I'm probably looking to go, and I'm probably going to look to go back to the Pirates, and we'll get to that in a little bit. Arizona Diamondbacks are at the St. Louis Cardinals. The Cardinals minus 160 favorites. Total 8.5 in this game. Let's take a look at where the line has moved. Where is it? There we go. Trey Damison, Jordan Montgomery. Line opened up at minus 165 for the Cardinals. It's dropped 4 cents towards the Diamondbacks, down to 161 for the Cardinals. Total opened up at 8.5 plus 100. It's now 8.5 plus 103. Lines dropped towards the Diamondbacks, which makes sense with 56% of the tickets, 81% of the cash is on them. Line has moved towards the under, even though 81% of the tickets and 78% of the cash is on the over in this game. So it kind of makes me think that the market thinks these two pitchers can pitch well. And I kind of like Trey Damison. He's somebody that I think is going to be a decent prospect for this Diamondbacks rotation. So I would lean under in this game if I had to get to anything.
I like the Diamondbacks. I've been on them for a while. And they're 10-7 and they're first place in the National League West. Anybody see that one coming? Oh yeah, I might or might not have it. Anyways, no, I do like the Diamondbacks in this one, and I'm not a big fan of the St. Louis Cardinals. I'm just not something that I'm interested in. They have a good lineup, and Jordan Montgomery is probably one of their only good pitchers. He's only left 5 earned runs in 18 innings pitched, so he's one of the few that's actually pitched well. But I'm going to go ahead and grab the Diamondbacks here.
There you go.
Back to the chat. Right, yeah, 1-800. That's fair. Let's head to this game. Speaking of 1-800 gambler games.
I wouldn't call this 1-800 gambler, but we have the Houston Astros. They're hosting the Toronto Blue Jays in this one here. about to pick them for this game. Total at a 9 in this one. This line opened up at a pick 'em. It opened up minus 105 on both sides. It has moved 4 cents in the direction of the Houston Astros. This line opened up at a 9, and it stayed at a 9. 70% of the tickets, 82% of the cash is on the Astros. Line's moved 4 cents. I guess that makes sense. 73% of the tickets, 86% of the cash is on the over, and the line's not moved. Line has not budged. I'm not particularly interested in this game. This one's a pretty simple pass for me. I don't trust the Blue Jays, and I think this is about right. So pass. I don't see an edge.
Yeah, no, I don't see one really either. This is another game I kind of stayed away from. I will say I did look towards the over in this game. Between these two teams, I think there's definitely some value there. But nothing that I really wanted to jump out and go after. Bassett really hasn't been all that good since joining the Blue Jays, and Jose Urquidy is kind of one of those middle of the rotation pitchers in this lineup. That's nothing crazy, but he's not terrible, but he's nothing crazy good. So this ends up being one that I kind of just stayed away from.
Yeah, I agree with that. Back to the chat here.
They did get crushed yesterday. 100% they did.
Maybe
I kind of
over.
like the over.
Yeah, I stayed off this one, but this one's one I'm probably not staying off of.
Yeah,
Pittsburgh Pirates and the Kansas City Royals, the Colorado Rockies. The Pirates minus 105, total of 12.5 in this game, and this is one that falls into a system for me. And we have the Pirates opening up here at, let me find the game. Here we go. We have Vince Velasquez and Jose Urena. Absolutely awesome stud matchup. Line opened up at plus 110 for the Pirates. They're now minus 106. So the Pirates are a dog 2 favorites. System play opened up at 12 and it's up to a 13, and that makes sense. For the side, 74% of the tickets, 78% of the cash is on the Pirates, which explains the dog to the favorite. And then 48% of the tickets, 63% of the cash is on the over. And the line's moved towards the over in this one as well. So it's going to be Pirates' first 5 full game for me in this spot, just dog to favorite.
Yep, I'm on the Pirates. And as crazy as it sounds, Nick, I like the over. I know it's a lot of runs. It's a lot. But you get Vince Velasquez and Jose Urena. And not to mention, you get a Pittsburgh team that's been hitting. There actually haven't been a terrible offensive team this year. Let me go to team stats. They're averaging 4.71 runs a game, which is about mid-pack. And they're allowing about 4.2 once per game, which is about mid-pack. And then once you put that into Coors Field with 2 rough pitchers, I like the over as well. I know it's really high, but over 12.5 and the Pittsburgh Pirates money line for me in this one, Nick.
I like it.
Give me the Buccos again. Yes, sir. I do like a little bit of Pittsburgh. Did y'all see the dude on the Wild pop the guy on the Dallas Stars?
Oh yeah, Pavelski is probably done for this series with a concussion from that hit. But the Stars weren't great either. I saw Ryan Suter had an ugly cross check on Kaprizov that wasn't called either. So it went both ways.
That's fair. Give me the over in the Rockies. Yeah, I'm going and loading that one up real quick as well. Over 13. I'm on the Pirates and their team total. Yep. Good morning. Over 5. Yes. We like the over in this game, as gross as it is. Let's head to the next game.
Yeah, we have the Atlanta Braves. They're at the San Diego Padres. The Braves $1.25 favorites. Total 7.5 in this game. Let's take a look at where this line had opened up. And this line opened up at minus 135 for the Braves. Now it's down to 130. Line opened up at minus 115 for the over. It's now down to 105. So a 10-cent line move towards the under in this game as well. Let's take a look at where the money's coming on this game. As we have 77% of the tickets, 83% of the cash is on the Braves, and the lines move towards the Padres. So I think potentially Padres can be an interesting look here in this one. 87% of the tickets, 92% of the cash is on the over, and the lines move slightly towards the under. I have the first 5 under written down, but I may look towards the Padres in this game. I got to decide which one I would want to go to. I think Padres are a live dog in this game. I think that's what the market's saying as well, because it kind of looks like they're opening up their arms to Braves money, but we saw this during the Royals series the entire time, and they went and swept the Royals. So this is a tricky game for me. I lean towards the Padres.
Yeah, I like the Padres. I know the Braves have won 7 straight games. They look good right now. I don't like Spencer Strider. I know he's been solid this year. I think he's due for regression coming up, and I think he gets hit a little bit here. Last time he went up against the Padres, he allowed 3 earned runs, 3 walks, 4 hits, 5 innings, 9 strikeouts. That's one thing if you want to go after Spencer Strider, strikeout props. He has had 9 strikeouts in each one of his games. Exactly 9. So if you guys are looking at that, he could be good for that, but I like the Padres in this game. I think they get the job done against the Braves. Probably Braves here. Did we cover the Yankee game yet? Yes. I lean
Over.
Angels and the over. 2 streaky teams. Yes. Need to see my boy Snell get right before I get back. Yes. Before you back him, yes. Always does in the beginning of the season. That's fair. He does get off to a little bit of rough starts, and it happens. Let's head to this game, Nick.
Yeah, we have the Seattle Mariners hosting the Milwaukee Brewers. The Brewers the Mariners are minus 150 favorites with a total of 8 in this game. Let's take a look at where the lines moved in this one here. As it opened up there it is. It opened up at minus 155 for the Mariners. It went up to minus 161. But since then, it's come back down, and the line has not moved since the opening. So it's opened up at minus 155. It's now back to minus 150. It opened up 151. It's back to 151. Total opened up at 8 minus 110. Is now 8 minus 108. As we have 57% of the tickets and 69% of the cash is on the Brewers. A little bit of a public dog here. And we have 49% of the tickets and 46% of the cash is on the over. I'm looking towards the Mariners minus 1 in this game. In this spot with Ray starting for the Brewers and Gilbert for the Mariners. I think there's the pitching advantage here for the Mariners. So I'm leaning Mariners minus 1 is kind of where I'm thinking in this game.
Yes, I like Seattle. Logan Gilbert I've backed for a while. He's somebody that I do like on this staff. And Colin Ray, I believe it's a bowl game. No, he pitched 5 2/3 innings. He pitched a solid game against the San Diego Padres. He allowed 1 earned run on 1 walk, 2 hits, and 5 2/3 innings, 6 strikeouts. So he looked good against a good Padres team. But I like Gilbert. I like the Mariners. I think they're favored for a reason. I took their run line. Big plus money against the Brewers for me. Maybe under.
It's not a bad look.
I don't hate it. But if I have a run line, I'm not going to take an under because I want to see points. I like the Mariners. Yeah. Give me Logie. Yes. I feel like the Brewers keep winning and losing every other game, and they won yesterday. There you go. Whatever system you want to follow. Thumbs up and a flame. There you go. Well, we got 2 more games in the MLB, Nick.
Yeah, I've got 2 more games in the MLB. I've got to peace out in a minute here, so I'm going to quickly go over the 2 games. I've got nothing in this one. I am not going to back the Athletics again. I'm tired of backing this team.
We could just skip over this one. Then. That's fine. I want nothing to do with this one either.
I leaned under in that game. We'll go to this last game here where I'm looking towards the Mets again in this matchup as we have this line opened up at where is it? This line opened up at minus 161 for the Dodgers. It's dropped 7 cents. 62% of the tickets, 55% of the cash is on the Dodgers. So the money's coming in on the Dodgers. The line's moving towards the Mets. 73% of the tickets and 44% of the cash is on the under in this game, and the line's moved towards the under in this spot. So the total will be a stay off for me. I'm leaning towards the Mets in this game.
Yeah, I'm on the Mets. McGill's been good this year. Started off. He's only allowed 4 earned runs in 16 innings. The Mets have won all 3 of his starts so far. Not bad for a guy that had to get called up for a little bit of backing up Verlander. He's kind of worked his way into the rotation.
Yep.
Sorry. And then Kershaw has gone 6 innings in his first 3 starts. He's allowed 7 earned runs total to a 3.5 ERA. Kershaw's always good against the Mets, though. But I still like the Mets in this one. I'm getting plus money for him. I think there's good value with it. We saw them take care of business last night. And this is a Dodgers team that's 8-9. Yes, an under 500 Dodgers team, which is beautiful to see. We're on the Mets today. Cubbies, have fun. Detroit money line. There you go, including overtime. Cleveland Guardians. Okay, I got you. Is that game 1 or game 2? Because there's 2 games for the Tigers today. Under in the Dodgers. I can see it. Took the over in this Dodgers game yesterday. Was the spot. There you go. Parleys goes under today. I'll be all right with a 3-1 Mets win. That's fine. We'll head to the NBA. Nick will head to class. I know he has to head out.
Yep.
Do you
I'm
have
probably
NBA?
passing on the NBA slate. The only thing I'm leaning towards is the Hawks, either first quarter or first half. I might get involved with one of those, but probably not.
Fair enough. We'll talk about the Hawks game first, and they're against the Celtics. The Celtics are 10-point favorites. 231 is the total in this game. Last game we just saw from them was 112-99. But even though it was a 13-point game, that game was a lot bigger of a blowout than it looks. And when it came to it, I think it's a bounce-back spot for Atlanta. I'm taking them plus the points again. I think 10.5 is just way too many for this series, considering I do still like Atlanta to keep this one competitive. And a series isn't over. A series hasn't started since a road team wins a game. I don't necessarily think they win the game, but I think they can keep it competitive. So I grab the Hawks plus the 10 and a hook here. Game 1, gotcha. I like the Guardians first game over the total. I don't hate it. We'll head to this game, which is the New York Knicks and the Cleveland Cavaliers. Cavaliers are now 6.5 with a total of 214. Although I lean towards the under, I like the Cavs in this game. I got them at 5.5, and the line's moving my direction, which is kind of nice. I think I don't want to say the Knicks got lucky the first game, but Knicks played well. Cleveland kind of just struggled shooting the ball, and they couldn't get anything done. I think Cleveland will be able to play a little bit better defense this time, kind of slow down the New York Knicks offense, which I'm not too high on the Knicks. I think this is a good spot. Cleveland's still 31-11 at home this year during the regular season. I think it's a good spot for them. Go ahead, give me the Cleveland Cavaliers minus the 5 and a hook to even it up in the series tonight. You got Delit 6.5. It happens. Knicks outright. No, I don't like the Knicks today. We'll head to the final game, which I completely nailed game 1. Hopefully we could do the same. I don't know why Nick put the money line in there. The Suns are 8.5-point favorites with a total of 226 over the Clippers. And I'm rocking the Clippers jersey for a reason, because I'm on them today. Give me the Clippers plus the points and the money line. I still think the Clippers win this series. I'm not high on the Suns. In order to win championships, you need some depth and some bench, and I don't think they have either past Durant, and Durant can only do so much. I took the Clippers in this one. I think that they've got the better bench, and when it comes to it, that's what's going to end up winning them the game. So Clippers for me to round out the slate. Atlanta Braves. No, I do not like the Braves today. Padres for me. Cleveland gets some back today. Yes. St. Louis. No, I don't like St. Louis either. St. Louis is against Arizona. I lean Arizona. All of the 3 games stronger under leads. Sorry. I think Clips too. I like the Clippers as well. 100%. That is all the games on today's slate. We'll go ahead and recap and stuff before we head on out. If you guys are new to the channel, like, comment, subscribe, share, do all that good stuff. We appreciate all the support. Check out all links in the description below. Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, Discord, Facebook, Picks and Parleys, Premium Plays, merch, TikTok, ESP Shorts, and the EarleSportsBets.com website, all linked down below. Check out Ballin Out with Tim Earle. It's on the Picks and Parleys YouTube channel. I went over the 3 NBA games and 2 baseball games. Just go over there, leave a like on it. Show the boss man that I'm doing a good job over there. And then check out SeatGeek concert tickets, supporting what ticket needs. ESP at checkout, $20 off your first purchase. In the MLB today, White Sox, Giants in the over, Reds. Kind of lean toward over in the Yankee game. I like the Orioles in the over. Red Sox lean towards Arizona. I like the Pirates, Padres, Mariners, and the Mets. And then in the NBA, Hawks, Cavs, and Clippers. You were right about the Kings. I've been right about the Warriors sucking on the road all year. So it is what it is. I don't win them all, but I'm happy with the ones I win. That's going to do it for this episode of the Earle Sports Bet Show. I want to thank you guys all for watching, and I'll be back tomorrow at 10 a.m. Good luck, guys.